Hey there, Sagittarius, and welcome to your week of February 7th, 2022 tarot reading. Sorry for the late upload. We had a heck of a freezing rainstorm up here. Everything was frozen up, and I was trying to break some ice. I ended up like overextending a bunch of my fingers on my hands, and well, it wasn't pretty. I couldn't shuffle or anything like that. I made an attempt at these readings, but didn't pan out. So here we are, better late than never. So hopefully things are going to be clicking with you here. But let's get into your energy, Sagittarius. We got the Six of Pentacles, the King of Swords, and the Fool. I really like this. This is really nice. With the Fool here, especially, like, it's really saying like you're pretty, not necessarily like carefree at this time, but pretty relaxed. I feel like you have a lot of freedom at this time. Maybe not necessarily in like a time sense, maybe you still have your 9 to 5 and stuff, but I feel like you have a lot of when you do have your spare time, you have a lot of freedom. Like there's a lot of choice here for you. And I feel like with the King of Swords and the Six of Pentacles here, you're just sort of quite generous at this time and quite honest as well, right? You're being very giving of yourself here, like maybe with that free time, because you have so much of it, you're spending time with others or trying to help others out where you can, and you're also just being very honest with people, just kind of being like, well, I got the free time, let's do it. It's not kind of like a mean sort of honest with people. It's kind of like a matter of fact, like, hey, I got the free time, let's go. I'll help you out. Like they might be like, oh, it's really no trouble, you don't got it. And you're like, no, like I got the free time, let's do this, right? I could also just be saying too, for some of you as well, that you're starting up something new here. Like you're really taking this leap of faith, betting on yourself when it comes to something, maybe when it comes to material things here with that Six of Pentacles, or when it comes to maybe something that is a little more like straight-laced, like here are the facts, right? Maybe you're starting up a new job as like an accountant or something like that, or a lawyer, or something in that realm where it's very factual. It's very much like, here it is, like I'm just going to lay it out for you here. And that could be saying that you're receiving quite a bit of money at this time for it. Maybe this is quite a pay hike up for you, or maybe it's a new promotion or something like that too. So I really like that. So let's take a look at some more details, see if we can get a clearer picture of what this energy is that you're coming into this week. What do we have for you here, Sagittarius? We got the Nine of Swords, got the Queen of Swords, look at that, and we got the Page of Swords. Wow, lots of swords here. It's so far for you. Interesting, the King and Queen of Swords have come out now, and they're divine counterparts. Now, they're not the most loving of the divine counterparts of all the pairings, but they are still divine counterparts. They're just more of a natural fit for one another, right? They kind of balance each other out well here. So that could be something here where you're starting up a new relationship with someone. Maybe that's something where you have a lot of free time to spend with them. For those of you not necessarily looking for love, this is more like career, business, that sort of thing here. Just saying, again, there's that honesty, and it's kind of like a matter of fact, and as well as just like with the King of Swords, it's matter of fact. Like here, this is just the truth. And with the Queen of Swords, rather, it's more of like, it's also saying that you're not taking dishonesty from others as well. Like you're being very much like, I'll tell you the truth, you tell me the truth, right? That kind of an energy. And it's especially like, the truth, like you just want to see if people are kind of trying to pull one over on you, right? Like, hey, like, what's your opinion on this? And you know what it is, right? But you're going to try and see maybe if they're going to be like, oh, well, I just want to please you. So they're going to say what they think you want to hear, right? Rather than telling you the truth about it. With the Page of Swords and the Nine of Swords here as well, Page of Swords really lends itself to that relationship energy we were talking about, because the Page of Swords is about opening up lines of communication, reaching out to someone, trying to clear the air, that kind of thing. So very good sign for that, for those of you looking for love. But if not, again, maybe you're reaching out, maybe someone's reaching out to you to tell you got a promotion, or you've been you're being looked at for a promotion or a job or something like that as well. Awesome too. And with the Nine of Swords here as well, maybe you have some concerns, some worries about where the situation or relationship is going, as we all do, especially when we're walking into the unknown. So let's take a look at some challenges you might be facing here this week, Sagittarius. What do we have for you? What do we have for Sagittarius? We got Justice, that's Libra's card. We got 9 of Cups as well. And we've got the 4 of Pentacles here too. So with Justice here, that's Libra's card. So you may have Libra in your chart. You might be dealing with a Libra this week, Sagittarius. But if you do have that, or you are dealing with that person, let me know in the comments below. Always like to hear about that. But here we're saying fairness might be a real problem for you this week. Try to be as fair as possible, right? We do kind of matter-of-factly energy you have back here and an honest energy, but try to be fair too. Like try to, say like, do what's best by everybody. Even if the truth doesn't necessarily balance things out for everybody, try to kind of be like, well, it is what it is, but let's try to work with you here, if you know what I mean. Like not taking advantage of a situation just because, like, honestly, this would work out better for me. Like, that's the honest truth here. But, let's kind of be generous, like with that 6 of Pentacles. Try to give to others as well here. With the 9 of Cups and the 4 of Pentacles here as well. 9 of Cups is really good to see because 9 of Cups energy is 2 people coming together with 9 of Cups energy gets the 10 of Cups, which is all your dreams coming true. With the 9 here, it might be a little bit of a challenge here. It can be with the King and Queen of Swords if that's the kind of relationship you're having, because while they are divine counterparts, there's not as much emotion there as there is with all the other signs. So that might be a little bit of a toughie for you, but I feel like it's still kind of there. Like it is, like if you really try to cultivate it, it will be there for you. And with this 4 of Pentacles here, try not to get too obsessed about things, right? Try not to get too focused on like one particular thing. Like this guy is really obsessed with this one pentacle. Try not to do that, right? Try to kind of be open-minded, open to new ideas, open to new paths here as well. So let's take a look at your clarifiers for this and see what's going on there. See what more details we can glean here. We got the Emperor here, the King of Swords again, and the 9 of Cups again. Wow. Wow. All right. So this other person here, this divine counterpart, could be a Libra, like we were talking about with the Justice card. Could also be an Aries with the Emperor here. Funny enough, you and Aries both showed up in Leo's reading. So maybe you want to go give Leo or Aries readings a checking out after this one. But yeah, with the Emperor here, the King of Swords repeating, and the 9 of Cups repeating, like that's a good sign, right? We have 9 of Cups twice. And what did we say? 2 people with 9 of Cups energy. You get the 10 of Cups. So I feel like it's there, maybe not realized between the 2 of you quite yet, or maybe not quite processed there for you. But yeah, I feel like it's there for sure. With the King of Swords repeating as well, especially surrounded by the 9 of Cups. Like I feel like, yeah, for one of you, there definitely is that 9 of Cups energy. Maybe not for both of you though, but for sure one of you definitely is in that kind of satisfactory, I feel like things are going my way kind of situation here, which is really nice to see. If it's not you though, it is what it is. Try to work. You can't just pull satisfaction out of nowhere, but do try to kind of work on being open-minded here. Kind of work on being fair and stuff, and not too focused down on stuff like we were talking about with that 4 of Pentacles, right? Not too obsessed on one thing. Kind of broaden your horizons here a bit. So let's take a look at some clarifiers, see what we got here for you, see what's going on here. What do we have? We've got the Ace of Cups. We got the 4 of Wands. Yeah, nice. And we got the Queen of Pentacles here. That's lovely. That's really, I kind of chuckled at it when the 4 of Wands came out, because the 4 of Wands is a card of marriage. So as we're talking about divine counterparts, satisfaction, dreams coming true, and all that here, definitely marriage on the horizon for sure. I feel like that connection is going to be really good if you're willing to reach out or they're willing to reach out. And don't feel like you have to receive, right? That's one thing that kind of drives me a little crazy. I know people are shy and stuff and whatnot, but in the dating realm, it's always kind of drives me nuts when people are like, oh, I'm shy, I don't want to, take a chance or something. It's like, yeah, well, if you're not going to reach out and they don't know that they don't want to reach out because they're shy too, then nobody's reaching out and we're not going to get anywhere, right? So I really feel like, if they haven't reached out to you, maybe you should reach out to them for sure, because it's leading to marriage. It's leading to a beautiful thing here, especially with that Ace of Cups here as well, because that's overflowing emotion, right? And what's, people on their wedding days, they get so, caught up in things, right? They get so overwhelmed with emotion here. And that's really looking to me like the future for you is looking very bright here emotionally and for your happiness as well. Because like there's also just signs that this is leading to something very special here. With the Queen of Pentacles as well, with all of this here, just saying like hard work. It's going to take a lot of hard work, of course, but it's something that you can nurture and grow and cultivate here. This is like, relationships are kind of in a weird way, kind of like gardens, right? They kind of grow and you don't necessarily, you can't necessarily plan for how they're going to go and what's going to grow where and what's going to be cultivated here or there, but you can work your best to try and like put it in the best direction possible and do what you can with it here. And that's really what this is looking like, is like your future is going to be quite bright and happy, and you're going to work with it, and it's maybe not necessarily going to be the way you thought it would be, or it's not the way you kind of quote unquote like plan out in your head here, right? So let's take a look, get some more details on this, and we're going to pull out your oracle cards and get an oracle message for you here too. So let's take a look and see what we got, Sagittarius. What do we have for you here this week for clarifiers? We got the 8 of Swords, we got the 3 of Cups, wonderful, and we got the 10 of Wands here. Yeah, a lot of worries and anxieties coming to an end here in the future for sure. Lots of reasons to celebrate with that 3 of Cups as well here. Definitely, especially in the future where we're talking about marriage and we're talking about divine counterparts and stuff. Tons and tons of reasons to celebrate. 9 of Swords and the 10 of Wands. We're just talking about those fears and doubts. The 10 of Wands is the end of that. The 10 of Wands is the end of like a weight of the world on your shoulders, the end of these anxieties, these things that have been weighing down on you, right? And I feel like it all begins with you reaching out and communicating with this person your intentions here. And with the 8 of Swords as well, on top of all this, I feel like you just kind of have to maybe just be a little restrictive here in the future, or things might feel a little restrictive. What they say, getting tied down, right? Like that's what marriage is, and maybe that's what it's going to be. Maybe you're one of those who you kind of go out and you kind of date a lot of people, or you're talking to a lot of people in the future. You know what I mean? Like something like you're talking to like 3 or 4 people at a time, and you're like, they're all kind of looking like prospective partners and stuff, or you have your mind on a lot of different people potentially. Maybe you're not necessarily talking to them in that way, but you're thinking about like, oh, I could be with this person or that person or this person. Like they all seem like really good potential partner candidates, right? And later starts saying, we need to narrow that down. We need to restrict that and find the person that is right for us. And I feel like this King of Swords, this Queen of Swords, whoever they may be, or this Emperor, this Justice, this Libra or Aries here, I feel like this person you're gonna really know for sure. I feel like this person, you just click with them more than anybody else here. So I feel like you need to kind of narrow it down in that regard. So let's take a look at your oracle card, tie this all off. Hopefully this has been helping you out. Hopefully this has been resonating with you, Sagittarius, and let's see what we got for you for this week here. All right. We got the Turkey Spirit, give with gratitude and grace, number 61. Let's take a look and see what we got for you here. All right, the Turkey Spirit is saying, if I can get a hold of it here. The Turkey Spirit message is for you, is that you always have the potential for manifesting a rich reality. For the turkey represents generosity and celebration. We're talking about celebration here with the 3 of Cups, right? Generosity and celebration of abundance through giving to others. Give freely without expectations, and you shall receive. For the manifestation of abundance is happening right now. Align with it by sharing your good fortune with others. Whether you give money, loving guidance, gifts, listening, or kindness in any form. And we were talking about that with the 6 of Pentacles back here. Remember, we were mentioning giving because you have free time or something, or again, donating money or things like that. Immerse yourself in the flow of generous abundance, being a channel for Turkey Spirit and the desire of Spirit to see all beings experience the blessing of plenty. Give with gratitude and grace from a wellspring of love and compassion, knowing that Spirit will respond by giving you all that you need in this moment and all moments to come. So what I like about that is we're talking about that giving, we're talking about celebrations here. And it's really saying like you need to kind of give yourself. And I feel like that is when you give to yourself with someone else. Like that's kind of what that initial reaching out is, I feel. With the Page of Swords, we're talking about like reaching out. You need to reach out to this person. You need to put yourself out there. That's what that can be. Is like you kind of reaching out and giving some of yourself. You're giving like your intentions to this person. You're giving you're kind of like in the back of your mind, like I like you, and I want to I want to see where this could lead. Right? You're giving kind of a vulnerable part of yourself to them, and hopefully there's something positive there out of that, right? That's how we give with that intent that they will receive and then give to us in return, right? And that's really, I feel like if you do that, you are going to be heading towards a ton of happiness, a ton of abundance, a ton of celebrations here in the future for sure. You just kind of got to put yourself out of there. You got to put yourself out there. You got to put yourself in kind of the spotlight, the limelight, and show yourself who you really are, right? And let them see that, oh, this is something that I certainly would like to be a part of too, Sagittarius, right? And I feel like that down the line is going to lead to happiness. Like maybe it's not going to be like marriage right away. It's not going to be like that quick turnaround, but it is going to be something down the line where it's like this was definitely worth it, and I'm so glad I took my shot here, and I'm so glad I was generous of myself to someone else. So I hope that helps you out. I hope that resonated with you, Sagittarius. If you want to help out the channel, you can hit that like button. You can subscribe to the channel. Check out your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign videos after this one. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you in the next video.